Hello and welcome to a new episode of 2 versus 3. I'm Kyle, that's Greg,
Yo,
and Cody.
How's it going, everybody? This is our third episode now. I think it's pretty sweet that we've been keeping it up on a weekly basis. I don't think it's going to be too hard to keep going.
Pat ourselves on the back.
for any ladies that are listening, I'll let you know that we are committed. So Kyle's already committed. Good for him.
Yeah, this week we're all kind of on the same page, which is nice. We're all cracking our first beers together, and I'm over being sick, which was fucking hell. Starting to actually feel a little bit better.
Man, every single person, like my mom, you, my roommate, fucking half the staff I work with have all got sick. And I either got sick and didn't know, or I just like Wolverine.
No, you're pretty lucky, man. I kind of expected you to get sick, like just hang around in this flu den with me.
After last week doing the podcast with you, I figured I'm going to get a cold, but nope.
So Cody's just a little bitch.
Yeah.
I only ever get sick once a season. Like at most. Usually about twice a year.
Yeah.
You see, I'm sick so fucking often that sometimes it's just, like, I don't even know that I'm sick.
Well, yeah, I'm used to generally feeling like shit in the winter, you know? Because
Or-
once I
yeah.
get, like
I'm
even
not
now I
sick.
have a feeling I'm not going to completely shake this forever. Because, like, I don't stop smoking. And, like, you know, I don't stop drinking. And to completely get over something like that, I feel like you kind of have to cut your body off from having fun.
And we're not doctors, but I always find it weird, like,
We're not?
why do they give you steroids when you're... Man, we really need to stop asking questions.
Yeah, what?
Let's get off the doctor shit.
No, but like, you know, it's like you're just really sick and they're like, oh, here's some fucking like antibiotics or some shit like that, but they're just like steroids essentially.
I don't think antibiotics and steroids are
Yeah.
No, I don't think they're the same thing. But are you guys looking up some of these?
Well,
No.
I'm not looking this up.
Again, we're not doctors, so let's not...
One of the fun questions I had this week, and like I know it's something that goes through everyone's mind all the time, but if there was a film about you, who would you want to be cast as you, and who do you think would be the best choice to be cast as you? Now I look over at you, Greg, and you're just smiling right now, like because I know you think about this all the time. So do you have an answer?
Well,
Right
it's
off the bat?
weird you say that because it's like I think about who would cast you guys more so than me. Like Kyle would be Chris Pratt, but I also feel like I could be Chris Pratt as well. Chris Pratt's a good actor.
Because we're white and have facial hair, so we're
Yeah,
Chris
but
Pratt.
he's like he's funny though. I feel like you'd hang out with him.
I'll take that as a compliment. I'll take Chris
Yeah,
Pratt.
no,
I
that's a
thought
pretty
you
good
were
compliment.
going to give me like Seth Rogen.
No, fuck that. Everyone used to say I looked like Seth Rogen. It was like a reason.
Everyone says everyone looks like fucking Seth Rogen.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you fucking, yeah, whatever. People suck.
What do you think for yourself? Without being too bold.
But you know he's
Well,
gonna
it
get
also,
bold.
Yeah.
man, like, it sucks because of my age and, like, the age of most good actors. But, like Colin Farrell would be great.
He's only got like 20 years on you. No big deal.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I don't know. Age doesn't really matter. Just like
Josh Brolin.
I can see that. I don't know.
Josh
Squinty eyed.
So he plays stoned Greg.
Yeah.
Man, like a tough stoner. It's not really tough at all.
What about you, Kyle?
I honestly, you said you think everyone must think of this. I never thought of this ever.
No.
No, I don't know. Like, not even an idea. I'll take Chris Pratt as a. That's now. I guess I'd be fine with that, but I don't know.
I'll settle on Chris Pratt.
I don't. Jeez.
Yeah, it's one of those things, man. It's
Ellen
like,
DeGeneres. That'd be.
She would do a great job.
Yeah.
you should probably grow as much facial hair as you can.
I thought of a really random one for myself. I don't know why this guy came to mind, but Paul Dano from Prisoners and Little Miss Sunshine. And There Will Be Blood, like the kind
Who
of
is he in Little Miss
geeky,
Sunshine?
pale guy. He's the guy that gets like taken captive from Hugh Jackman in Prisoners.
Never saw Prisoners.
Oh, yeah, man. When you were saying Prisoners, I don't know what movie I was thinking of, but not that movie. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like, I don't know, if he tried to toughen up a little bit or something.
Who? Okay. What's? I've never seen
He's the
Prisoners,
older
so-
brother in Little Miss Sunshine.
Oh, okay.
Like-
Yeah. Really?
Yeah. I don't know. I thought that, like, if he like looked differently.
So wait, I thought we were going on looks, not like.
No, but like if he cut his hair differently and shit, you know, like.
Oh man, I want to change my answer.
Well, go ahead. I don't think there's
Stephen
something.
Amell.
Oh, like
Stephen Amell would play
fucking
me.
Green Arrow.
Green Arrow.
Oh.
100%. It's like I knew I had a better answer.
No, yeah, that's something I could totally see you casting as yourself.
Well, I mean, oh wait, I assume that we're directing our own movies.
Yeah, this is like our what did we call it last week? Our bio.
Auto memoir.
Yeah.
Oh, documoir.
Documoir. Is it?
Yeah.
Fuck. Never did bother to look up what that actually is called.
No.
It's actually called a documoir.
All right, now it is. But I don't know. Like I never thought about myself. Anybody playing me? Like
Yeah.
I don't know. Me. I'd play myself.
See, I thought a
You
million
can't
for
be me.
Greg, but then for you, yeah, it was a bit harder. Because like even personality wise, I don't know, like Matthew Perry.
Thanks. Whatever. I'll take a young. Whatever.
Totally. I don't know. If
I always
like,
wanted to be Chandler and Friends. That was the friend I most
Well, yeah, you
related
kind
to.
of a little peanut gallery comments all the time.
Oh,
I
thanks.
just like want to cast my
No, but you're clever. You're funny.
Well, that's good. I appreciate it.
like to see like to do what are those things called, like audition reels? Just like me sitting in a room watching people pretend to be me. That'd be pretty awesome.
That'd be terrible. I feel like
No, 'cause
I don't
then you'd be
even
like-
like hearing myself back in this podcast, let alone people impersonate me. And like I would be like, oh, I'm the fucking worst. I got low enough self-esteem as it is. You had that shit on. Oh god, no way.
So yeah, I don't know. These could be really good movies, or they could be shitty movies.
I'm sure mine would be fucking
Oh,
gone.
man.
Unless it's
Yeah.
Chris Pratt and fucking somehow in a remake of Friends.
Man, I don't know. I can see like
That sounds
Kyle's
great.
movie being like he would be Chris Pratt, and somehow he'd be saving us from something. Not
This
necessarily.
is based on reality in
Really?
some way.
Like,
That is a nice confidence boost. You guys think a lot of me. I
Not
appreciate it.
necessarily like a danger thing, but like I don't know, maybe like one of those like where we were gonna marry someone really bad, and like Kyle was doing like that really extreme thing to like talk us out of the marriage, like flash trip to Vegas. Like Kyle was supposed to drive us to the wedding, and instead took us to the airport and took us to Vegas.
That sounds.
That doesn't
awful
sound
for,
like.
most-
That sounds like a movie you wrote about Kyle.
Hangover 4.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I thought it's just a fun thing to
So
think
now I'm
about.
Zach Galifianakis.
Oh,
That's
fuck,
really-
no one's
that's
Zach
now.
Galifianakis
Yeah.
in that story.
No
Yeah.
one's Zach Galifianakis at all. That's a.
No
Who
one
would want to
wants
be that?
to be that.
Sorry, Zach. If you're
Yeah,
listening.
no offense, buddy.
Yeah, would it be great if like our first like hater was Zach Galifianakis? No, that would probably ruin us pretty quick. I feel like probably pretty famous.
Probably. He's probably up there these days. So yeah, I don't know. I got some other funny like
Well, actually, if we're on the topic of movies, I was gonna ask because I saw Hail Caesar this week.
oh yeah.
When did that get released?
Last weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I'm really out of date. What day, is there a day like of the week like comics come out on Wednesday? Is there
Movies
a
are
day?
Thursday usually. Thursday
Thursdays?
or Friday.
Because wait, when did we see Star Wars? We saw it on Wednesday.
We saw it a Thursday night. I think.
I thought that
Well, it was a midnight release, so movies maybe must
no, but
normally
we
come
didn't,
off
they
Friday.
didn't do midnight releases.
For Star Wars? Yeah.
No, we saw it at 7.
Yeah, but that was because it's Star Wars. They pushed it like really early. Because that was when it was releasing at midnight in
Oh.
Europe. Or some nonsense like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Time zone's nice.
But yeah, I think it's only Friday.
Is when new movies come out.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
like,
then it's like if it's a real popular one, it's like midnight Thursday you see it.
okay. So what? Yeah. So you saw it when?
I guess it was Saturday.
Nice.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah, well, I mean, funny like a Coen Brothers movie, funny. It was like, I really enjoyed it. Like, Lindsay really enjoyed it. And so it's ending. Like, we laughed through, like, most of it. Other people around us were, like, not really laughing. And then at the end, the other people behind us, like, got, like, guy went to the girl he was there with, and he's like, so did you like it? And she was just like, I don't know. Like, did you? And he was just like, maybe? I was like, you didn't know what the fuck you came here to see. You
Well,
were
see,
like,
that's kind of like good to hear because like most of the Coen Brothers movies, the first time I watched them, I did not like. Like this is before I realized who the Coen Brothers were. But like the first couple movies, like Fargo, The Big Lebowski, and Burn After Reading, I hated all the first time I watched them. But the second that they finished, I immediately felt compelled to watch it again. In which case, I absolutely loved that movie. With the exception of Burn After Reading, that was like I watched it the second time. I mean, I never finished that movie actually. Fair to say. Both times I've tried several times. And
fall asleep or something?
No, I just lose interest completely in the movie.
I don't know if you'd like Hail Caesar then, because it's like
character driven.
Yeah, and it's just like odd situation.
Okay, man,
they're the most similar, I think.
I'm excited. Yeah, but just I don't know anything about Hail Caesar, but just the image, like screenshots I've seen, it looks like it's a movie I haven't seen. But like, what bothered me?
I feel like that's every Coen Brothers movie. Like, it's really hard to pin. Pin a formula on them.
Burn After Reading is again. This is weird. Like the Fargo television shows, like this, there's the 2 seasons or whatever they got. Burn After Reading and the TV shows were just like somebody took all of the Coen Brothers bits, formulas, scenes, like memorable quotes, and just like threw them in a hat and just like pulled them out and made Burn After Reading. Like,
I don't know. I thought that movie was random
and then it was
as hell.
Yeah.
Anyway,
like extremely random.
I don't want to get into too much about that.
I want to see it.
Well, what is loosely the story?
Yeah, because I was gonna ask, like, you don't know what it's about?
So, not really.
Yeah,
it's like an old Hollywood kind of like. It's about older Hollywood, right? Like what it was like making all these movies
like
back
1950s.
I think it's this. Yeah, no, it's earlier. It's the 30s, I think. Maybe the early 40s, but and it's just like it follows kind of like a fixer for a Hollywood studio in Josh Brolin, and then it's
is a
just
fixer
like,
necessarily always a criminal?
No, I use the word fixer. That's not what he's called. He's like, he's got a different job title. I just don't remember what it was.
Oh well.
But he's just there to fix problems that like any movie might have, or whatever.
Like I got a guy.
Yeah, like he's the guy.
The
He's
wolf.
gonna fix that. Yeah, exactly. He's keeping everything running on time and all that kind of stuff. And it's just kind of like a love letter to that time making movies, I guess.
And
so what
is it like your classic mix-up? No one really knows what's going on in the end.
Yeah. It's just a lot of different storylines coming together.
Yeah, the cast looks stacked. I like the idea that I know we said it's kind of a Wes Anderson cast.
Yeah, it's definitely like an ensemble, like tons of like well-known names. Like I think they're pushing this movie a lot as like a George Clooney movie, like he's the star, but it's really just like every famous person.
Out of sight. That George Clooney movie I was thinking of was Out of Sight.
That's helpful for the people that didn't hear that conversation. Anyway,
you should look that up. Is Out of Sight a Coen Brothers movie?
I have no idea. I haven't heard
I'll
of
look
it.
it up in a bit. Anyway, what I was gonna get at though, what movies are you guys looking forward to seeing this year? Like,
Deadpool comes out tomorrow.
Yeah.
I am not excited for that.
Yeah, you're not?
No.
Yeah.
Do you like Ryan Reynolds?
No.
See,
You know?
I'm a fanboy of Ryan. Man,
In what?
ooh.
Now
that's
you want
Stephen
Ryan
Amell.
Reynolds.
Nah, he's like the new Chris Pratt.
What do you like him for?
He's the
I
new
think
Chris
he's-
Pratt? What are you talking? Chris Pratt's the new Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, but
Ryan
Ryan Reynolds
Reynolds
is the new Chris Pratt. Because he kind of fell off there for a bit, and Chris Pratt took his place, and now Ryan Reynolds is taking that place again. But
what movies do you like him in?
I just think that his general humor he's witty in like all the movies he's in. And I'm trying to think like one of my favorite movies is Blade 3, to be honest, and then just for Ryan Reynolds.
I think that's how he got like started and people thinking about him as Deadpool was from that movie.
Because he's so he's got the 2 swords and he's just quick.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like and with Triple H in that movie, their banter back and forth is fucking great. And I mean, he's he's Canadian. I got a soft spot for them. And like
for them Canadians.
for them.
They're good.
But I honestly, I'm drawing a blank a little bit 'cause I can't think of what movies Ryan Reynolds was in.
I don't know, like everything. 2 guys, a girl, and a pizza place. It's not a
Man,
movie.
okay, what the fuck?
That's what I think of him.
Going way back, man. I did watch that show back before, like, when you didn't quite know what was what, and you just got aroused like watching television. You know,
Just
it's just
got
like,
aroused?
you know, when you're fucking like 10 years old and you don't know why you like something, it's just Pretty Girl.
But for you,
Oh,
it's Ryan
okay.
Reynolds.
Yeah, fucking Ryan Reynolds. I got excited there for a second. No, but I remember watching that show and not getting it at all. But then in hindsight, it was like Ryan Reynolds, Canadian, fucking what's his name? The other dude's Canadian. He's
Nathan Fillion.
Why do I
Nathan
feel so
Fillion.
aroused?
Because of the fucking blonde girls.
Okay, so that's
Can't remember her name though.
the girl, not the pizza place.
Yeah, exactly. You just like, why are you watching any sitcom when you're 10? You don't fucking understand what's going on. Like I'm watching Frasier just because it was on, you know. But anyway, what Nathan Fillion, fucking, he's like the Canadian Bruce Campbell. But man, I'm just too excited. I don't even know what I'm excited about. Just
All right,
fucking
we were
Ryan
talking
Reynolds.
about Deadpool. You're excited for
Yeah.
Deadpool. That's the end result,
Ryan
right?
Reynolds, he's great.
Yeah. Okay.
What else is this here?
So basically, just superhero movies.
Yeah, that's what. I mean,
Yeah.
that's all. That's,
But do you think that like maybe, like all these characters, like because what you said, he's played a guy in Blade, he played a Green Lantern, and now Deadpool. They're kind of like blending all these characters together because they're all his personality.
Well, no, see, that's,
yeah, he's not like a character actor or anything, right?
No.
He's just himself, basically.
Well, is that not a character actor?
So like,
No,
do you think
that's-
now
the
like
character actor is like you?
Oh, see, I always call
Developed
like
a new-
Bruce Willis a character actor because you
No,
hire
he's-
Bruce
no.
Willis.
No,
Fuck,
no,
no,
it's
you
it's
have
the
to be
total
like,
opposite.
No, like
of that.
method actors. Like
no.
Well, no,
Yeah,
the
Johnny
method,
Depp is a
a
character
method
actor.
actor is like someone who like gets engrossed in the role and
is
like
he got like a
acts
method
like
actor?
that. Yeah, that's what. Or a method actor. That's what that is.
Oh,
and then
well,
a character
well,
actor is just someone who comes up
When
with.
you hire Samuel and he shows up and plays Samuel.
The
you know,
opposite.
then he's like
No, but so
Samuel.
what's that then?
That's
That's
just a
just-
shitty actor.
That's like a face.
Yeah.
Stay away from that.
But yeah, I don't know. So Deadpool, I don't like.
Batman versus Superman's this year.
Yeah, it's like other than the superhero flicks coming out, what's happening? Cause,
Star Wars.
Yeah. That's at the end of the year. Yeah, because a lot came out over Christmas, so I haven't been looking that far into the future when it comes to movies. I'm still catching up, you know.
Yeah. So there's Civil War.
Yeah.
I guess this is just again all comic book.
Yeah, a whole lot of
X-Men,
comic movies coming out.
Apocalypse. As far as other crap, I don't ever really pay attention because like DC and Marvel releases what's coming out for so long, and you like pay attention to that, and then the like other hit indie film or something. I don't know until like around Oscar season when it's
Yeah.
like, you know, I'm sure like
Well,
Coen Brothers already had their movie for this year, so I don't know.
Tarantino just put out Hateful
Yeah,
Eight.
he'll be a few years before he does another thing. Then you got like, I don't know, I'm sure Woody Allen will make a movie because he makes one every fucking year, but I don't know what else is like. I thought maybe you guys would have something that you're looking forward to.
No, nothing in particular right now.
Yeah, no.
Alright, well then just,
Well, I mean, once you're just like, we're not talking about just like comic book movies, then yeah, I got really nothing.
Avatar, I think 2 was supposed to come out this year, but I think it got pushed back. Or maybe that was next
I'm not
year.
excited. Don't even care about that.
Is anyone-
Yeah.
I haven't watched Avatar since it was in the theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never watched it again, and I'm gonna use my soapbox to say Avatar sucks. Right here. I'm saying it, everybody.
Man, no, you know what though? Man, I will say this. James Cameron. Is he Canadian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he tried really hard, and like, could you imagine if James Cameron made Star Wars back in '77, started George Lucas, like the same vision, like he was like, I'm gonna try to create this whole fucking universe and try to make like a space opera.
That's basically what he did with Avatar. Yeah.
That's what I mean, right? Like he tried to be like to reinvent the wheel. It was just like, it didn't catch. But I mean, everything was there.
Yeah.
The only thing was just people didn't care.
It's crazy that we think that, like, oh, it didn't work, it didn't catch, and that's the highest grossing movie of all time.
Yeah, but it was beautiful at the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, the difference being that like Star Wars was like a fucking herpes and it stuck around. It's like once you watched it, you wanted to get involved in that universe.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah, like, I feel
Avatar.
like Avatar had the original impact. It just didn't last.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
like
well,
you're just like,
I-
oh,
it
that's
had-
cool. But
It had like
now I wanna go
no
watch Star Wars
impact on pop culture. Like you look at that movie. Do you remember anybody's name in that movie?
No.
You
Avatar.
remember names? Yeah, you remember names of characters in Star Wars that weren't even in fucking Star Wars.
Oh, you know
They
what?
don't
No.
even say Ewok. Everyone knew what a
The
goddamn
guy
Ewok
that
was.
played the fucking Avatar guy.
But you don't
That
remember
could be
shit.
Kyle as well, actually.
What? The guy in the wheelchair?
Yeah, but he's
Sully? I remember.
Well, if I thought of that like last week, you're like,
No, I always thought. That's probably it. I think his name's like Jake Sully, and then I don't remember anybody else. That's probably it.
Yeah. Well,
wheelchair.
speaking of all these fantasy movies, I got a question for you guys. What is your favorite story within a story world? There's a lot of great ones.
Like like a legend within a
give an example.
Like a tale within so like The Watchmen.
Well, that was
the Curse
one
of
I
the
was
Black
gonna
Freighter.
say.
Well, yeah, that's a great one.
So wait, what is this?
But you can be a little more broad than that. Like you can like legends, like in Tolkien, like you know how there's stories within that story and stuff like that.
Ooh, well, Skyrim or fucking Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, video games too.
Because like, man, the whole Dragonborn thing. Apparently, if you go back to Morrowind, you can read books that basically the entire plot to Skyrim is like in Oblivion and Morrowind in books.
Like the legends being told then.
Yeah,
because I guess it is in the past.
No, the Dragonborn's in the future, but
there was an original.
There was another one, right? And so like you can, it's all like they never made up anything. Like every game is like in the lore of the books that you could.
Yeah, like what's crazy to think about, especially with video games like that. There's people getting paid just for that, and like probably 90% of the players are skipping over.
More than 90.
Yeah.
I read like 2 of those little books, and like once it wasn't necessary in the later ones, right? Like Morrowind, you kind of had to pay.
You open a book, you don't get a perk, you don't get like a point. Drop the book.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I didn't get a skill point. That's the only reason I was reading any of those books. And so anyway, story within a story. That's what you're asking.
Yeah.
Well, right now,
is there anything in the Star Wars universe like that?
Well, kind of. Like, I mean, not exactly like. There's like obviously they'll talk about the past, right? Which I think like you're talking about in Oblivion or something where they're referencing an older part of like their mythos or whatever. But those, I guess that doesn't really. That's not like a story, right?
Yeah.
Like they're not their like tale of fiction or something, right?
Well, right now,
So I don't know. I don't even know a good example. What's the one in
in
Watchmen you guys are talking about?
Oh, the Black Sail.
The Curse of the Black Freighter.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh, is it Black Freighter?
Yeah.
Or
like in the comic, like the kids reading this comic, and every once in a while we jump
in the
into
extended version of like the 3-hour, 45-minute
yeah,
version
that's
of the
in there,
Watchmen.
right? Animated.
Well, okay, they did the one version where you get the Watchmen and it came with a bonus disc, and it's the animated version of the Black Freighter.
Then they did one with Gerard Butler, didn't they?
Well, no, that
that's
is Gerard
that one,
Butler.
Oh, he's in.
But then, like, there was a separate disc, and it was like an anime. But then you can get like this super awesome version of the Watchmen where it cuts and actually makes you watch the Black Freighter in segments where you would read the comic in the book.
That's cool. One of my favorite stories within a story is Alan Moore again. In his Promethea book, there's this comic strip series that's always just somewhere advertised in the background of the city. It's this thing called Weeping Gorilla Comics. It's this comic that never came out, but like should have been, and all the cover is just like this crying gorilla.
Is it almost 14?
And he's got lines like "Go on, ask me about my marriage." So like you just look at this and you build this whole idea of what this is in your head without actually knowing. Do you have another one?
Twin Peaks. That fucking soap opera they're always watching, where there's like that nerdy guy who's getting all the women.
Oh yeah, okay, that's a great one. Yeah.
What's that called? Oh man.
Do they have a name for it?
Yeah, because they'll just cut and it'll be like an epic scene where it's like him, bunch of babes, and then like a bunch of guys that he just kicked the shit out of, and he looks like such a dork, and then it'll cut and it'll tell you like, we'll return.
I'll look it up right now.
And it'll say the name. But another one I was thinking is right now, is it Plutona?
The Jeff Lemire story.
Yeah.
Plutona. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if that really counts. But it's like a comic within a comic at the end where you're reading about these kids finding... It's like basically Stand By Me. These kids find a dead superhero in the woods. And that's their experience with it.
Oh, I think, yeah, you told me.
But then at the end, like it's Jeff Lemire's writing that story. And I forget the artist's name, which is kind of a shame. But
it's not Jeff Lemire?
No. But at the end of the comic, there's a mini story that's Jeff Lemire doing the art and the story.
Are we sure that's how you say his name?
I'm not sure that's how you say
I don't know.
Yeah.
Lemire?
You know, to be honest, man, he's probably so polite that if you just went up to him and we all chose a different way to say his name and said it to him.
You guys have a report on Twitter, just ask.
How do you pronounce
Man,
it?
yeah, shout out to Jeff Lemire's retweeted our stuff.
Their claim to
He
fame.
probably doesn't know it or remembers it, but we do. We remember.
Yeah, we got like an extra 3 likes.
It's not about the likes.
I don't imagine he's like the most popular guy on Twitter.
I would have to say though, just like if we're gonna talk about Jeff Lemire for a second, that he's probably he's definitely my biggest inspiration. Like, if I could be a fraction, if I could write a story that made me feel like someone else fuck. If someone could read something that I wrote and feel a fraction of what I felt reading some of Jeff Lemire's shit, like that would be success right there.
How do you guys feel about CBC possibly adopting Essex County?
Oh yeah, I heard of it.
Man, I forgot about that.
Kyle says awesome. What do you say, Greg?
It has to be like the greatest thing this country's ever done.
Oh, I think it'd be awesome if it was kind of crap. And
but
kind of really Canadian television.
Like red green.
Yeah.
I
Well,
imagine
due
it
north,
being like
due north, due south.
Corner gas.
Corner
Yeah.
gas. I know what you're saying. Corner gas.
because when I was
yeah,
reading
it's not
that,
really
honestly,
bad.
that's what I pictured in my head was.
If you
a
guys
lot
don't know
like
what
Corner
we're
Gas.
talking about, you should fucking read Essex County.
And watch Corner Gas.
Fuck Corner gas. Read
Very
Essex County.
Canadian.
Fuck.
I've
Yeah,
seen
I don't
that.
know. I think it definitely has potential for both ways. It could be great.
Now-
they could fuck it up really bad.
The comic
Well,
is in
yeah,
black
but
and
that's
white.
And it's also a really quiet comic.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a black and white comic with minimal to no dialogue. How do you make that into a TV show without fucking ruining it?
I don't know, man. They make anything into a goddamn movie or television show. They
Yeah,
did-
they always
Wait,
suck.
they made Where the Wild Things Are. It's like a paragraph.
Yeah, but was that a good? Yeah, that exactly. Was that a good movie?
Yeah, I don't know. Arguably.
So
I really
okay,
like
then if
Spike
we're gonna
Jonze,
use that,
so-
you're like, because they pulled off fucking Where the Wild Things Are. Like that's, you think that they can pull off Essex County?
No, I don't think they're related at all. But
Yeah, Spike Jonze doing it, then yeah, they can pull it off.
if Spike Jonze did it, yeah, that'd be really interesting. Like his take on like Canadian farmland.
Well, it's funny.
Hockey.
Speaking of like people's takes on Canada, like Wolverine is one. That's amazing.
That's what everyone thinks of, right?
No, but then it's like speaking of Deadpool.
In the comic world,
like
it's definitely a go-to.
Deadpool's
Is that
Canadian.
Canadian? Yeah, I think
Deadpool's Canadian. Wade Wilson's from Alberta.
Really?
Oh yeah. Right now, just throwing this out there, you know, just some Canadian content. Alpha Flight is all Canadian. They're from like Ottawa, but they're like teamed up with the X-Men. And right now, there's I forget the name of a comic series out right now where Alpha Flight's the main team in it. They're like the Green Lantern Corps right now. It's stupid. Alpha Flight takes to the skies, and there's like a fucking Sasquatch driving a fucking X-wing, basically.
This is a modern comic.
So,
so
it's
like
going on right now.
It's like Chewy.
But anyway, fuck. What were we talking about? I'm thinking
I don't know.
about-
You went off on
Canadian.
Canadian comics.
yeah.
Thinking
We were
about
talking
Chewy.
about Essex County.
Yeah.
CBC.
Yeah, Canadian content.
Yeah, I think it'll be all right.
Is it like for sure gonna happen, or is it? Still
No, I haven't heard any of the official announcements, but I definitely heard that CBC wants to take it on, which I think is cool. You know, it's a very Canadian story.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Should do it as a radio play.
That would be great.
That would be really
Though
cool.
then there'd be nothing because there's a lot of it.
Yeah, you could add stuff. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know, and like,
Just-
how
just
long would
go-
it be? That's my
A bird flies through the sky
Yeah, whatever.
over the
Oh
country
man, but then the
road.
sound effects like.
All right, look for our radio play. Essex County
Yeah.
coming soon. 2 versus 3.
Are we allowed?
Greg's gonna be a bird.
I'll do all the whooshing effects.
Yep,
I
that's what
think
they
it's-
call those, the whooshing effects.
Well, no, but there's like some wind, blowing through
Yeah,
cornfields.
that would be a whoosh.
like rustle, 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 rustle.
So, Kyle, have you played The Witness yet?
I've not played The Witness. I stared at the PlayStation Store and was either gonna get The Witness or a new game that came out this week,
What game is that?
Firewatch, and I went with Firewatch.
Firewatch? What's that
Yeah.
game?
Indie game. Basically, I guess genre-wise, best described as like a walking simulator.
Nice.
Like it's I don't know, it's really fantastic so far. I played about 3 hours last night or so. So I'm probably about halfway through. But you're just a guy who takes a job, and I think it's Yosemite National Park, and as a, it's like I think it's the 80s, and as just there's people there in those tall towers looking out for a fire. Like he takes a job for a summer just looking for forest fires,
Oh, yeah.
and then I know that sounds boring as fuck.
No,
but it's
I'm
absolutely
actually really
fantastic.
interested.
Yeah, like it's fantastic so far. I played it last night.
It's like smooth graphics.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Very similar to The Witness kind of graphics.
You should wait a sec.
Like that color washed, like everything without an outline kind of look. And yeah, no, it's really good. I mean, I think it's like $20 on PlayStation Network right now, so definitely a good buy if anybody
Do you think that's
interested
like
in games at all.
That's going to be a current trend with like, not necessarily every game's an art game, but like it's people are leaning towards making pretty games these days.
Well, there's definitely a trend in like indie games where, especially for 3D ones, like it was for a while where all the indie games were just doing like 8-bit or 16-bit kind of graphics. Now it seems like if you're doing a 3D one, that kind of color washed out, pretty smaller areas, vibrant colors
are huge right now.
Yeah, and like
fucking Mugatu over here. I'm so huge right now.
but yeah, that's like
It's hot,
I mean,
man.
it seems that way with the fact that The Witness and then Firewatch are both like that. But still pretty different games. One of them's essentially a puzzle game in The Witness, just a really long bunch of line puzzles, and then the other one with Firewatch is more like I guess kind of like a mystery more than anything. Like you're just kind of, there's something weird going on, you don't know what it is, and narrative driven. It's just like you talking on a walkie-talkie to another person all the time, but it's. I mean, again, all of this sounds boring as fuck, but it's great.
No, dude, man.
I mean, it depends on.
I'm hooked on. Like, I watch so much shit because I watched the first episode, and like I have to finish it. I have to know what happens.
Yeah, you've been watching 10 seasons of Supernatural for that.
11. And,
11.
yeah.
Big
And
mistake.
it's like so sad because it's like I was thinking at first it's like I wanted one of the guys from Supernatural to be me in a movie, but that would just be like really meta because I just really want to be him.
You're basing your life off them as it is.
So that's just getting a really weird fucking movie. He'd be playing me pretending to be him.
I don't want to rip on you, but that show, man, I don't get it as a fucking.
But
slightest.
I don't talk to you about it.
No, I get it. I'm not gonna discount it. I watched like half an episode here a while ago, and I was like, what the fuck?
It's kind of silly.
It's the most CW-ass CW show.
Yeah, you know what's it's weird, man, is that I've been watching the CW since well before it was the CW. Let's put it that way.
What was it before that?
Fucking Warner Brothers something. The WB, the WB.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, WB Network or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The Frog.
You know, so like it's like I think about shit like, man,
Racist frog.
I've been like groomed
It's the
to
WB.
be DC, yeah. And fucking even Looney Tunes. You just grow up with Warner Brothers.
Well,
Yeah,
they're kind of one of the major.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. It's
Well,
like
I mean,
Disney
up until
and
recently,
Warner
it's like it was like Warner Brothers and Disney, but then now it's fucking Marvel is owned by Disney, so you got your division down the line.
Well, yeah, Disney owns everything. Everything that isn't owned by Warner Brothers, Sony, or Fox.
One day, 2-3.
No,
Yeah.
you know, like I know it's called 2 versus 3,
Come
and
on,
you want to
Disney.
argue and shit, but it's like people out there who are just like, oh man, I'm Marvel, I'm DC. It's like if you're fucking drawing lines in the sand, you are missing out.
Yeah, I think we'd be good if we got picked up by Disney. They could new section of Disneyland where you could be like Greg standing in a cardboard cutout of Ryan Reynolds, and you can stand in a cardboard cutout.
There's a bunch of questions everywhere with no answers.
Yeah.
Do you have a question? Leave it here. How did we? Man, I thought that was a jump. How did we go to fucking theme park at Disneyland?
No,
I was just talking about Disney,
If we
that's
got
all.
owned by Disney.
That'd be great. We're looking, Disney. We'll sell out. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
one day.
No problem.
I think I need some smaller sponsorships
See,
in the meantime.
I guess. Like I'm support both, but I feel like Disney would pay us more, but Warner Brothers would treat us better.
I don't know how you're judging that basis.
Dude, no, I don't want to say it. We'll talk about it later.
He's got a contract in the works with
Off the record.
with Paramount. You know.
No, it's just it's like. I mean, I'm not a historian.
No.
Well, it's always good when we start. Some facts are coming.
Walt Disney wasn't a fan of the Jew flicks.
Let's leave poor Walt out of this, you know.
You know, and I mean, Warner Brothers is like my people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have said it.
Shouldn't have said it, but it came out.
I mean, I don't know who Walt Disney didn't like. besides characters' mothers.
All right, someone get him off of this.
No, but there is a lot of evidence for that.
There's no evidence.
Name one mother in any Disney film.
Oh, okay. I thought you were...
No, they all die in all of them. Except for that weird Mars Needs Moms movie. That movie's fucked up.
Yeah, but I read somewhere that movie was actually fucking... I read somewhere, man.
No,
So-
what you're about to say is I read somewhere and told you. I know what you're going to say.
No, but I'm not... I don't know, maybe. I can envision a screen in my head.
Yeah. A title on Facebook.
Well, then you tell us.
What, about how Mars Needs Moms? Fucked
Well,
up?
I mean,
It's like a
we
weird
just-
propaganda movie.
I'm positive I did read this, though.
Yeah, it's like some weird propaganda for like the nuclear family, like the you know.
Without
Like
both
without
parents,
moms, two separate gendered parents, then kids don't grow up right, and Mars needs all these mothers because they don't have enough of them to balance everything out. They can't keep the kids in line.
Well,
it's a messed up movie. Watch
No, but
it.
that's
It was
kind of
a huge
huge to
bust
think
for
about,
Disney.
though, because that
But-
must mean that the nuclear family has to be a minority, if not on the cusp of becoming extinct, for there to be like, mind you, I don't know what there is to profit from making people have a nuclear family. That doesn't make any fucking sense. I don't think any of us come from
I think
the
there's
classic.
actually probably a ton of profit. There used to be like a lot of propaganda.
What are you talking
for that
about? I mean, a nuclear family, yeah, okay, they've got the fucking.
Then you
2.5
have kids, you procreate, and you.
But I mean, we can both vouch for the fact that I've had multiple Christmases. You know, so I mean, like right there.
Oh,
I mean,
I'm not saying like it's a necessary
no, I'm just saying
thing. I'm
like
just
if there's
saying
good a profit margin,
people
it'd be
think
like dividing families into smaller families. Like that's just gonna make them spend
Yeah,
way
2
more
Christmases is actually more money. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I don't understand why there's a profit off people having a nuclear family.
I don't know. I think that's just a thing that used to be, like, everyone would say like you're part of the machine. You're like you got to get married, have kids. That's
Mind
how
you, I
everybody,
guess maybe, like, there's, like,
then
if-
keep on turning that capitalist fucking wheel.
No, yeah, like mind you, I guess having like for example divorced parents, maybe those parents are renting opposed to purchasing a home, and now they're both locked into needing to have a job because they have 3 mouths to feed and a mortgage and 2 cars because both parents have to work. So maybe they are spending a lot more money actually. Fuck Christmas.
I feel like we're 3 steps away from talking about communism.
Fuck communism.
No, I should have said it.
Straight fascism.
Anyway, all right. I'll get us off this. We were talking about games there for a brief second. We were talking about them.
Yeah.
And I don't know, you guys aren't quite as in tune with everything that's going on with video games as maybe I haven't paid attention to. But virtual reality coming out pretty soon for like PlayStation VR, and like Oculus Rift for Facebook and HTC.
Facebook makes fucking virtual reality.
Yeah.
Facebook owns
Oh,
Oculus.
dude, is that so that instead of the thumbs up, which I accidentally click all the fucking time, you can actually be like, no, dude, thumbs up.
Just like all the people on our page.
Yeah.
How do you
But anyway, like
unsubscribe?
if it comes out, it's gonna come out soon, like this year for PS4.
Really?
You just recently got one, or a PlayStation 4.
Yeah, I just
not
got a
VR.
PS4.
But wait, is it something you guys are interested in? Would you play games like in virtual reality?
100%.
Yeah, you excited?
Yeah.
Okay,
For certain games.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, well, man, Kyle, what was it? Those fucking like talkie games. There was 2 of them.
Hockey game.
There's like the one where you're the dad and some serial killer kidnapped your son.
Oh, a Heavy Rain.
Heavy Rain, and then there was that one there that I lost, or Justin lost. One of us
Beyond
lost.
2 Souls.
Beyond 2 Souls.
Both made by the same
Yeah.
company. Yeah.
Like something like that would be fucking sweet to play in 3D.
Yes, no, I'm
Yeah.
completely leaning towards horror games.
Yeah,
Well,
I think that's a way
Like
to
atmospheric games, like...
Like, so wait, are we gonna be bringing back like we get a gun? You know, like where you plug the gun in, or I guess not.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
well,
a real
the
thing.
for
You know,
PS,
like we're gonna, instead of a controller, like I have a rifle.
Yeah, there's demos for PlayStation VR where it's like the PlayStation Move, that came out for PS3
But
with the
that's-
wands.
I don't want
They
to
have the gun. They have a gun. It all comes in that crap, and it's just it's so you have a way to simulate hands in it. You can't see me waving my hands around.
Well, it's weird that there's
Blue
gonna
wearing
be...
gloves.
No, you don't wear well, not for PlayStations or any of the other ones right now. It's not gloves. It's like weird design ones for your controllers. Like it's Move for PlayStation. For Oculus, it's called Oculus Touch.
Well, the augmented reality stuff looks really interesting, too.
The Microsoft.
Well, I've seen demos of games where the game's based around your surroundings. So, like, if we're in this room, there's the enemies kicking through your wall and coming in at you.
Yeah.
Man, doesn't that sound exhausting?
Well, they have weird
It
stuff like that
sounds
right now for
fun.
3DS actually, where you kind of move the 3DS around and like it'll like people bursting through the walls.
Well, yeah,
and shooting
even
them.
phones can do like
Yeah, a little bit of that
minor.
Yeah, and they're getting more into it now.
Well, I mean,
But that's a whole different style. Like, and I've also seen like the new office setups where instead of using your computer, you put on this headset and you have all your shit.
Yeah.
And you swipe it like on your phone.
Yeah, Minority Report style.
Yeah, no, yeah. Like, I don't know. Would you use something like that?
Yeah, I think I'm really excited for it. Like, especially for the PlayStation 1 because it seems pretty affordable. Like, you know, you get a PlayStation 4.
Oh, the PlayStation 1.
Yeah, like they're not. Yeah, the PlayStation
Yeah,
VR.
I wasn't sure. Yeah, the PlayStation.
Yeah, not the Xbox One, PlayStation 4.
Yeah, well,
nonsense,
yeah, I got confused.
Stupid name for the Xbox.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, like, cause Oculus, it's like got released or is being released for the public, like either in the next few weeks or just was released. And it's like $600, I think, for just the headset, and then you need about a $1,200 computer minimum to run it. So it's expensive to just get started. Where the PlayStation hasn't announced their price yet, but you know, you assume even if it is $600 and all you also need is a $400 PlayStation, that's a little bit more reasonable, and it probably won't be $600.
What's a game that's like already out that you would like to see converted?
That's already out. I'm actually not really that excited for ones that are already exist. I want the like games designed around VR because it has limitations.
Man, okay, well, I'm not a huge gamer, but you know, like the way that Final Fantasy VII played, where you had like your 5 people standing here, and then your 5 opponents standing over there.
Yeah, like turn-based.
That would be really fun in like an augmented reality thing, where you look around and your 4 other guys are standing next to you, and you see them jump forward, or you're that person, and you like, you know, they jump forward and the other guy jumps forward. Because like I don't really want to move around. I'm not.
See, that's not something I. Well, that's a
Well,
problem.
no, the point you're holding a controller in your hand, so
No, that's
supposed to
fine.
be moving around.
No, that's the.
But that's how
saying,
you.
like,
That's the problem, though. With
I
I
don't
think
wanna move around.
it's I think where people will kind of get like motion sick and stuff is when you're all of a sudden using a joystick to move your body around. I think that'll throw people off. They're used to like actually moving. So games where it's like you just take away the left stick and that's suddenly your head and you're playing like a Halo or something like that. I think that wouldn't work that well. I'd want to see ones where they kind of come up with a new way to play games, specifically designed for VR. And other ones that would work, I think, are like racing games or space flight.
Racing is.
There is like a game called
people are gonna have
Valkyrie
fucking
that's
seizures crashing cars.
Like
What?
real
They have
cars?
people have seizures and crash cars or what?
Like people who like playing a racing game and crash a car and just like you're gonna start getting nosebleeds and shit.
Well, yeah, it could. I'm sure it'll be really
Yeah.
like intense, and they'll probably have to work around things like that, like how disorienting flipping around
Like
in the air.
people
though.
like coping with death.
Yeah, it'll
just
be
like,
weird.
Crash a car and you're like all of a sudden an ambulance.
I think
shows up.
seeing some of the old games redone would be pretty damn cool, though.
Like what? What do you
Like,
want to
the first one that comes to mind would be like Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
see? You want to see that? See,
Man, just
Why?
like the wide open field, like you look all around. It's
Yeah.
just like I
And
don't
then
know.
what, you swing
Grand Theft
the-
Auto.
yeah, I hear what you're saying, like that walking around a big world. That's what I want, but I just worry that it won't feel right when you're walking like with that stick, like, and your head's just moving. Like it'll be cool and like.
Well, I don't
But
know, man. When you're like
novelty-wise,
sitting in a car looking out the window, you're not getting.
But I
sick.
think suddenly with the driving game, it becomes way more interesting to me. I hate driving games right now because you put that first-person cockpit view in, and I can't turn my head, so I can't like
You can't
look
see the
into
whole
a turn.
windshield.
Yeah, and or anything. So it's not like driving a real car. Like it bothers me. You have
Okay,
to go
well,
third person,
yeah,
and then
but
I'm
that's
out
a
of it.
waste, dude. Because now you're saying you want to like
I think it would work
augmented
perfectly
reality just so you
for
can
driving.
drive.
Yeah.
Especially
You
if
can
you
already
have
drive
like
your
the.
No, well, I know. I'm not saying it's the ideal thing, but I'm just saying
Alright,
that's
yeah,
what it
that's
works
fair.
with right away.
Yeah.
Flying a spaceship, though, think about how awesome that is.
No,
It's
okay,
this
yeah,
thing you won't ever get to do.
You take that exact same principle and
You
just
throw it in space, yeah. Yeah. Pod racing. So how about that?
Oh, that game would be sick.
Oh yeah, two
Yeah.
controllers.
Yeah, like just like
Yeah.
in front of space. That would be awesome. I remember back in the day for the N64, you could put in like a cheat code where you could use two N64
I didn't know this. Someone
controllers.
told me this the other day.
And you could like hold them each, and like they controlled each like thruster. So you push forward on both of them to get them to both go, and like pull back on the joystick on one to like get it to corner.
That's pretty cool.
It was
I
hard.
didn't know that
It
a
was
thing.
really fucking hard to do, but it was like super awesome at the time. Like I remember as a kid, like sitting down on my couch, getting the 2 and 64 controllers in front of me, and I never won with that. But it was still cool.
Yeah, and like I've seen videos online. I'm not sure how far they're gonna go with the development, but like a guy was playing like a Call of Duty style game, and he was on this treadmill with these barriers all around his body. So like when he would walk forward, like it would sense that he was actually walking around.
Called the Omni Track.
I don't. Yeah,
it was like a Kickstarter a while ago. Yeah, and it's
like
you wear
like the fake gun.
you wear these weird slippers so that like the surface of the thing is, you know, you can kick your legs and it doesn't have like friction.
Yeah.
And then like leaning into it tells like has sensors to tell what direction you're going in. But it also looks fucking exhausting because I don't like. Oh, as soon as it gets to that, and it's like, oh, I'm walking around in this. Look at this forest. I could go walk in a real goddamn forest.
Yeah.
So like, I don't.
Yeah.
There's certain things about games where I want them to be
like
still played with a joystick.
Like the Tony Hawk Rod game my mom bought for me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Mom, I have a real skateboard.
Yeah.
You know, like, it just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah. You can't even do anything. Like, it's not like you can even ollie with that board. Like, an ollie then was just like a wheelie. Oh, yeah, it was pretty silly.
You got me hooked on, like, the spaceship. Or, like, being in a giant mech.
Yeah, that mech would work perfect. Suddenly then, the disconnect between you walking and using a joystick to do it would work for
So
you.
a game where your character's just looking around.
Yeah, you're looking around within
like
a thing that you're controlling.
Like being in a tank or some sort of artillery, based thing.
Yeah, I think that's the kind of thing I think it works for, but not necessarily like Call of Duty or something like that, right? Or Fallout, where like, yeah, it seems great to explore these things and be completely enveloped in the world in a first-person view, but I would just have that weird disconnect where like I'm not actually, my arms are in front of my face, they're holding a controller, not like holding a sword in front of me.
And like, I love like, probably your parents said it too growing up. Don't stick so close to the screen.
Oh yeah.
Now we're from the screen literally centimeters.
That's gone. Now we all stare at a phone like inches from our face.
Well, that's probably like, what are eye doctors called? It's probably
optometrist.
Yeah, it's probably all like, they're pumping money into this shit.
Conspiracy?
It's a conspiracy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to expose all the secrets out there.
Sony's funded by optometrists.
Optometrists, dentists, guys that make globes. We don't trust these guys. We're on.
Guys that make globes. You're saying the Earth's flat? You one of those people?
I'm not saying that it's not flat.
It's a whole other episode.
I mean, like, have you ever seen...
The Earth is not flat. We're not even having that fucking episode.
Fucking Mr. Authority over here.
Yeah, I'm pulling rank. No.
All right, well, I'm just gonna say that like there's 3 of us in a room. 2 out of 3 think the world might be flat.
No, don't say that. Don't fucking say that.
So I mean, as far as stats go,
no.
The majority,
none of this.
The majority of people.
The majority of people.
The majority of people aren't convinced the world's round. Then.
So you're just accepting that the two. You're jumping on this, Cody? You're
No,
gonna take
I'm just letting him talk.
Oh, yeah, okay. You're saying that 2 out of 3 people on this podcast are fucking morons. Which might be true, but
but when you start having controversial topic discussions like whether or not the Earth is round,
that's not controversial. That's dumb. It's fucking dumb. I'm not. No.
That's how your podcast gets taken down. I agree.
Oh boy.
No, I
don't want Neil deGrasse Tyson tweeting us. Going, you guys are fucking idiots.
You guys can't see Kyle winking at me right now. But
I'm not winking.
I also think the world is round.
Oh fuck.
We're winking.
No one's winking right now.
You can guarantee that at no point in any episodes am I ever winking at Greg.
No, what was that? Yeah, Neil deGrasse Tyson was rap battling some rapper that.
Whatever that rapper is that thinks the Earth's flat.
I can't remember his name.
Which I assume is where you got that whole topic from one day.
Well,
I just randomly found it on YouTube, man, and I gave the guy my 15 minutes. At the end of it, I was like, this is some crazy shit. Like, I didn't believe it at all, but I had to talk to someone about it. So I talked to you about it. It was like, I spit out all his facts, and you were just like, no. Fuck that. So, yeah, I don't know. I like to use it to bug people.
Yeah, that's fair, because it'll annoy some people, as
Yeah.
you've seen from how annoyed I already am. And just bringing it up.
It's like Kanye and like whether or not the world is flat. I'm gonna start
What's
saying.
Kanye have to do with it?
No, just topics that really piss people off.
Oh.
Kanye really pisses people off. That's fair.
You just don't get it.
I'm going to tweet this whole thing at Kanye
Yeah.
later. He's going to retweet. He loves us. He's a big fan of 2vs3, like Kanye.
Yeah. He follows us and Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, that's it. Just the 2 followers.
Oh, we did look it up the one
Yeah,
day.
he only follows one person,
Yeah.
just Kim Kardashian. And I'm sure he doesn't want to even do that.
There's just no way to follow yourself on Twitter.
Oh, I wish. Oh, that would be awesome thing. Okay.
Can we make a new Twitter where it's just the exact same as Twitter, only you can follow yourself?
Okay, like, you guys are both, like, fairly newish to Twitter. You don't use it that often.
I've been using it for years.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Have you, like, okay.
I'm not,
You know how
I'm
there's
not
no
Twitter
edit.
ignorant.
You can't edit a previous tweet.
You have to delete it.
You have to delete it, right? That's the only way to get rid of it. So everyone's been asking for edit function on Twitter forever, like since it was around. And like they never, say shit about it. They make dumb other updates and never add an edit button. Kim Kardashian, this was a while ago, tweeted at the creator of Twitter, like, hey, or tweeted out like, hey, I just emailed Twitter, I got in contact with them, suggesting that they should edit posts so that people can fix things. And he like retweeted like, great idea, Kim, we're gonna start looking into it. And I was just like, what the fuck? People have been saying this for years and years. Like the most popular person suddenly does it, and she with a bunch of misspellings all at it, and like grammatical mistakes. And yeah, I was just like, you fucking god damn it. Like, and still, I'll add no edit button as of the day of this recording.
How long ago was this post?
Oh, that was, I don't know, 6 months ago.
Twitter's a weird form of social media because I feel like it's the ultimate popularity contest.
Oh, it is, yeah. But also that doesn't weirdly translate to actual popularity. Like back when Twitter first started, it was CNN and fucking Ashton Kutcher that had a race to like 1 million followers.
Oh, yeah.
Like those were the 2 most popular things. World news and a guy who was in That 70s Show. Who really no one gave a shit about after that.
Isn't he?
But like our Twitters, we've been getting random people following us.
Yeah,
But I think it's just that whole concept where these companies and these people are just liking everyone. In
Yeah,
hopes that they'll get likes
I
back.
don't know. Today I got one for like a indie game publicity company that followed me. And I was like, oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
But like,
When I talk to strangers, I almost always give them either one of you guys' emails.
For what?
well, thanks.
Just in passing.
Yeah, you give hobos asking you for money and shit my name. You did that in front of Tommy's once.
Yeah.
Like a guy came up and was like, "Hey man, like nice to meet you. What's your name?" And you're like,
I
"Kyle."
think we both
I was
said
like,
Kyle.
I said Kyle because I didn't come up with a fake fucking name. You all.
But he has Greg first.
Yeah. I was like, well, I didn't have time to come up with.
So you look like the ass.
Yeah, I look like the guy faking my name. Yeah, thanks guys, much appreciated. All the fucking homeless people in Kingston.
I kind of remember that night now.
I'm everybody. Yeah.
So, Greg, what's been on your mind? You don't have any deep questions for us yet?
I'm gonna eat. Well, I mean, they may not be deep to you, but. fucking
But Ryan Reynolds is deep to him.
You just
You
don't
did.
get him. Man.
I'm sorry, I remembered on the
Well,
Ryan
no,
Reynolds.
okay,
I'll
like,
let
I
you
mean,
up on it.
just hopefully you guys get bored of it way quicker. It's just gonna be really easy. You guys won't just interpret things that I say as like gay things.
No,
It's very
No, I'm
easy.
sorry. Yeah, it was
Especially when you're in love with so many men.
Yeah, but it's like okay, no, I am like I.
By the way, we're not
No,
homophobic
no,
here.
no,
If
no.
Greg likes
We're just-
guys, that's great.
No, I
We're
do.
just-
It's not in that way. It's like they're like guys that I want to be like.
we know that, and it's just jokes we're making.
You know, it's like, oh man, that's a fucking good looking guy. Like, man, I wish I looked like that. I wish I do look like that, or at least I think I do look like that. I mean, Ryan Reynolds would play me in a film.
That's fine, and I hope he does one day.
It's such a weird blend of insecurity and pompousness.
And like trying to be politically correct all the time.
Welcome to our show.
Yeah, you'll slowly be
So
able
wait,
to.
what was the original question?
There was, well,
No,
what-
we're
if you had
asking
anything
you
to talk
for
about.
one.
Oh, Oh, well, like, there's, the one thing that I've been thinking a lot about right now is, like, I'm reading The Walking Dead. And everyone comes up to me and it's like, because, like, I got a report being, like, the nerd guy. So it's like, oh, Greg, you watching The Walking Dead. It's like, I'm not watching The Walking Dead. I don't even know how you're watching The Walking Dead. Are you not just bored of it already? But then I think to myself, I've been reading The Walking Dead comics way longer than these people have been watching the show. And I'm still buying them for some reason. So then I guess, like, what I'm wondering is, why am I buying these comics?
But yeah, just so everyone knows, I sold my collection of The Walking Dead probably 6 months ago.
I was going to say, yeah, like, I want to say maybe 20 issues.
Yeah, I stopped, like...
So we've all
Did you ever get into single issues?
Yeah. I stopped probably right around, what was it, when Negan was and it was like...
right before All Out War?
Yeah, right around, in the middle of All Out War.
Negan is getting introduced in the show now. Right.
Oh,
we don't watch the show either, right? And these guys have all trailed off from the comic. I don't want to talk about The Walking Dead, but no, but it's just so it's like the Walking Dead. I'm reading it and I'm getting bored, and I'm wondering, is there an ending?
No.
Right? Does he have an ending? And I feel like what's his name? No. Hold on. What's his name?
Robert Kirkman.
He's made jokes that saying like you probably heard this. I think we talked about this.
Aliens.
About aliens, and he said that's how he managed to sell the idea. Was he made a joke to the company that the show was going to be about aliens, like that aliens was what caused the zombie outbreak. And he's,
really?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of a joke that he made, but like.
But that's what he says. He says it was a joke because he had to pitch the show. But it's like what I'm hearing you say is that you fucking are laughing all the way to the bank and pitching a show and a comic.
I think that's how he pitched the original comic.
That you have no actual ending for. Robert Kirkman, if you're listening, I want to just know. I don't care if it's fucking 400 issues from now. That would be encouraging. But just tell me, do you have an ending in mind?
I don't think he does.
And so, but then I think about it like...
I don't think he does.
Your brother was reading Hellboy.
Yeah.
Right? And Hellboy is another continuing story, right? Saga.
What about Spawn? Do you think Todd McFarlane has an ending?
He says he has... And
does he say he has?
He says that he knows how it's going to end. And I feel like that we're coming up on it soon. Spawn is at 260. Walking Dead is at 151. I'm not sure what Hellboy's at. Another good one is Savage Dragon. I guess there's a lot of image shit, but fucking that's what it takes.
That's a good,
but then I think about, but coming around, like Batman, when we were buying Batman, we bought 700, right? But that's still not a continuing story.
No.
Right?
No, but that's okay. Walking Dead, I honestly think he doesn't want that to end.
And now he's got this new one. There's I'm on issue 13 or maybe 15 of Outcast, and he's already got a TV show coming on that. And if your idea is to just fucking sell scripts to make TV shows, then don't fool us. Like, don't fucking waste my time.
But when he started Walking Dead, he didn't know
that's
that
fair.
was going to happen.
Then end the fucking Walking Dead.
No, but I think he started Walking Dead, and he always said, in anything I'd ever watched in an interview, said he just wanted it to be that zombie movie that never ended.
Okay, well,
I really think that's just a universe just like Batman, just like Superman, that he wants to just keep going
then
forever.
Rick and Carl need to die soon, but whatever.
I don't know. I think that it's just... zombies ended up getting played out, and I'm not interested anymore. I don't even play zombie games.
Fuck the zombie thing. It's just coming back around and this is going to kind of cross over. So, the idea being, is it awesome to get to comic 260 if your story is falling apart?
Yes.
That is awesome.
It's still awesome for the writer.
But then at the same time, right, the flip side being, kind of tied into this is, a contained universe versus a multiverse. When is it awesome to have your stories that people fucking, characters...
It is never awesome to have a multiverse. Ever. It's bullshit.
I think, but...
All fucking superhero writers are fucking... They're flakes. They can't write, they can't commit on a story.
But that's two different approaches,
the problem
though. It's
with...
you're writing a character
story,
problem. And you're writing a story that involves, that has characters in it. If you're going, I'm going to write a Batman story... You need to set a time frame and you need to set up a universe. Whereas if you're writing a story, you invent characters. These characters can die. You know
it's
what I mean?
fan fiction. That's all it is.
Well, yeah, I think that what needs to happen on a different topic than just Walking Dead or kind of related to, with superhero comics, they need to stop trying to make it any sort of continuity. Just throw that out the window. Let
So you
hire
think
a
the
writer who's gonna write how many ever issues his story is. He has a beginning and end in mind. Write it, and
Well,
if
that's what
something tragic happens, like someone dies, like in all the one-off ones or things they don't count.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
so
but
you're
then-
for the multiverse.
Yeah, but no, but fuck the stupid, like, where there's some, like, the multiverse is their bullshit way of calling it continuity. Just forget that and write your individual stories
So
and
what,
let
do
it
the
end.
multiverse, but don't call it that.
Just don't, just throw the idea of any of them having
Like, so for
any
example,
sort
like
of
start a
canon.
story off that Batman is out doing patrols with Robin, and I mean Robin Dick Grayson, and he's 15, and Robin gets shot in the fucking face. Start your story off like that. It's not continuity, and that story has a start. Batman fucking goes rogue, kills some people. You have contained story, but it doesn't fit in with anything else. He's like,
Back in the day, Marvel knew how to kill characters. They in Crisis on Infinite Earths, they killed Supergirl and Barry Allen.
That's DC.
That's DC.
Oh yeah,
But
DC,
yeah.
sorry, but for like 25 years, then they stayed dead.
Well, yeah, it used to be a thing in comics where it was like two things were true. Bucky is dead, and so is the second Robin.
I feel like
Jonathan
once you
Thomas.
write something new,
They're dead, and for years and years, like 30 years,
glorified
those
fan
guys were dead.
fiction, you know?
No, but but with that said, one of my favorite characters is the Green Arrow, and Kevin Smith fucking
Wrote fan fiction.
Green Arrow dies. But Kevin Smith writes a story arc where it's not a reintroduction of Green Arrow, it's Green Arrow comes back from the dead.
Yeah, but that's fucking dumb. I'm with Cody on this. Like, I'm sick of that shit.
Then why are you reading comics?
Well, I'm
Because
not
there's
reading
great
those.
comics
That's what
out there. I don't read superhero comics though.
No, but and I think superhero comics are great when they're those standalone ones, like they're, what ifs or they're weird offshoots, like your
But yeah, exactly. The
like
graphic novels.
your Frank Miller ones, your Mark Miller doing Red
nice.
Sun, your like that.
We should fucking talk about that guy for a bit too.
What guy?
Mark Miller.
Well, I don't. It's
Mark
for a different
Miller?
day. We can rip on that fucking guy all we want then, but.
Yeah, he's a
But
But
anyway,
it's the same
like,
thing though.
like I just like those were
he
good when
finishes
they do
his
that.
stories at least.
He sets out.
He
even
writes
s-
stories.
Yeah, and
They
Civil
might not
War.
be good, but
That's fair.
And Civil War was probably the best story in. For
That is
so
fair.
long in
Some
Marvel.
of the best
Yeah,
and
for sure.
worst comics ever read are Mark Miller comics.
well, which ones by him are the worst?
Man, Chrononauts was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He went from and
I
Jupiter's
don't-
Legacy and Jupiter's Circle went from being one of the greatest comics I ever fucking read to just I don't care how your story ends. You fucking ruined it. It's like
No, I feel like with the whole Jupiter Circle thing, it's that you don't care how it started. That's why Jupiter Circle is irrelevant.
The only thing I don't like about him is I'm just sick of every comic having to start with, well, this one, I was sitting down with this director, and I came up with this idea.
Yeah.
It's already signed as a major motion picture. Fucking done with it. Just write a goddamn comic. If you want to write movies, write movies. Finish fucking with comics. You're done.
Yeah.
You're good. I like your movies still, too. So just do that.
Who knows?
Don't
Like, I
make-
guess he's got some coming out with the
Where's Nemesis,
Capullo
David?
soon.
Remember when we bought Nemesis?
I
How many
remember,
years
but
ago
it's
was
like that wasn't even that great of a story.
But we
I
loved
don't-
it at the time. But
Yeah,
that
but
was-
only because it was so fucking edgy or
Yeah,
controversial.
and now you just hate that about it.
You're like,
Yeah.
oh man, this is like, this is a story that's allowed to be printed.
That
It's
guy
like,
said rape.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like we were kids, we didn't fucking know what was what.
And it was also a miniseries, and they're great to like. When I was getting into comics, the fact that he wrote such short runs for his stories, easily accessible. You know?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
easy
you don't have
to-
to get 600 comics.
No,
of
like
that.
I could download the digital copy and be like, hey, I can actually collect all these issues.
Okay, well then you
Yeah.
know what?
Yeah.
That's.
But
you
that's
just
what could
clarified
get
this
cool
is that Mark
about-
Miller, when he writes something, it's great. When he writes something and his name is more important than the story, it's shit.
Yeah.
You know, when it's like Mark Miller's anything is going to be shit, but when he writes something like, man, Red Sun, and I think that we talked. Was that not like one of the first comics you read?
That's
Yeah.
one of the first comics we all read.
Right, like, and
Yeah.
it fucking is amazing, like groundbreaking. It's like, how the fuck is this even like?
I don't know if it was amazing. It was really fun.
And it's easy to get into. It's got a beginning and
Yeah,
end. But that's what I
exactly.
think that needs to happen. Completely just adapt that exact fucking idea for all
Like,
superhero
yo,
shit.
like this
Batman.
is a Superman story. If you want to read a Superman story, this is all you need. You don't also have to read Supergirl and fucking Action
Yeah,
Comics.
I'm not gonna reference
Yeah,
some
no,
shit
I will
that
agree
happened
with you
forever
that
ago.
the best superhero story or comics that I can think of are all not canon, and they exist in their own timeline.
Exactly.
You know, like Marvel, not so much because they actually fucking really try. But
Well, they're a lot better with their continued
They
universe.
care, like, that's important to them. For DC, it doesn't seem the continuity is all that
No,
important.
they had like their Crisis on Infinite Earth, and then it's over.
No, but I mean, like, what are those Alex Ross ones?
Like
Kingdom
Kingdom Come. But then he had another one there that was pretty
Marvels.
good. Oh yeah, Marvel. I never read that.
It's great.
You keep saying it. I look through it, man, and it's like the art's great, and but I just, it's like, as much as I love Spider-Man and Namor, I don't, you know.
I don't like doing it when you just have to know, like, 600 issues of backstory to get this weird reference to this character or why it matters. Wrap it up properly in that contained little spot. We all know where Superman came from.
You love
Batman
rewards,
came
though,
from.
man. Like, that's the reason why, like, Arrested Development.
I used to, but I don't have time for that shit
No,
anymore.
fuck that. Tell me a story.
Yeah,
Or
tell me
a
a story and
story.
end it.
I don't
Yeah,
give
like
a
you're
fuck
just
about-
complaining
I don't care
about
about
collecting
Easter eggs.
151 issues of fucking.
I
Walking
don't
Dead,
give a
bro. I'd
fuck where it's
rather
like,
just
oh,
have the prison
this
part.
is Jason Todd because I could tell because that one fucking time I read he was wearing this shade of red.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
I don't know. That's
There's
not
a-
good storytelling to me. Just like other people working off of each other's work.
Like, it's cool when you throw a reference in there that I get and pepper it in the background, but make the contained story rewarding for anybody reading it.
I just feel like they should fucking make it so if you're going to write a Batman story, you better be the best goddamn comic book writer out there. Instead of just like 20 different fucking Batman titles.
Who?
And
Okay.
just-
Then right now,
Throwing shit at the wall.
who would you like to be? Who would you love to see write a Batman?
No one.
Yeah, he just doesn't want
Okay,
to read a
well,
Batman.
like Kevin Smith's Batman's not enjoyable to read.
No, okay, so I would say so. Like, who could Mark Millar Batman for me? Like, who could
Fix it.
who could make it fun
Yeah, like
for like a graphic novel?
yeah, like who would you love to see write a Batman?
Like a
Not Jeff
6
not
issue.
Jeff Lemire.
Man,
Another Alan Moore.
are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Man,
No, I would just like
Jeff
another
Lemire-
Alan Moore
Man,
Batman.
if Jeff Lemire did a comic that was like the show Gotham, where it was Bruce Wayne.
It
as a
would be
kid.
cheesy, and that's not what Lemire does
Jeff,
well.
Jeff Lemire doing a kid watching his parents die and getting raised by his butler. That seems like
I
a
don't
Jeff
know.
Lemire fucking.
Like, the best part of his
Maybe not the
stories
butler.
is that like they're real, but where like I feel like his talent gets lost in superheroes. But I don't know. Another Alan Moore Batman would be fantastic.
Yeah, I think it would end up
What
sucking.
was another Alan Moore Batman?
That Killing Joke.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't really done
nailed
anything.
it. Okay.
Anyway,
Closing thoughts?
that's it, really. I mean, fix your shit, DC and Marvel. Fuck Mark
No,
Millar. I
what-
guess that's the end
what?
result.
No, that's not, that's not.
Those
that's
are my
not-
closing thoughts. This
Yeah.
is
Not
been-
to take away. That's not. We're not. That's not to take away from this comic. This podcast.
All right.
No.
Anyway, that's it for today, and thanks for listening. It's a new episode of 2vs3.
Yeah, make sure to
Kyle
follow us on Twitter
Oh, yeah.
at 2vs3. We're also
And-
on SoundCloud.
and YouTube.
Uh,
Like, subscribe, share.
Yeah, keep it coming. Keep following us. Keep listening, and we'll keep the episodes going.
I was Kyle.
My name's Cody.
My name's Greg. And just a reminder, you guys should check out King Kong coming up next month.
All right. Thanks for listening. All right.
Thank you.